It's almost Independence Day, and what better way is there to celebrate than with America's native spirit? Here's 4 great whiskeys for this 4th of July. Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of the Bourbon Hutch, and thanks so much for joining me on this journey through the world of whiskey. So, that's right, Independence Day approaches here in America. We're getting ready to celebrate the 4th of July. It's a fun summer holiday full of barbecues and cookouts and lawn games and family and friends, of course. And to whatever party you're either hosting or attending this weekend, you gotta bring some whiskey, right? So America's native spirit is bourbon. There are some bourbons on this list, but I will put the caveat there are a couple of American whiskeys as well, which I consider fair game for this great holiday. So without further ado, let's get into a list of 4 great whiskeys for this 4th of July. First on the list does fall into that American whiskey category. It's going to give you a nice, sweet profile to start out this list, and that is Mikkeller's US1 American whiskey. So it's right there in the name. You're going to show up to the party with this American whiskey in hand, right there emblazoned on the front. It's a nice, sweet profile, very corn-forward, brown sugars, kind of like buttered popcorn, really nice and sweet, and it's kind of a lower proof. The proof here is 83.4, so especially if you're looking for something to start off the night or just kind of sip on if it's hotter outside, I think this is going to be a great option for you. All right, next on the list, we've got one, again, that doesn't quite fit that bourbon category, though it's pretty close. It is a Tennessee whiskey from a legacy brand we all know and love here in America, and that is Jack Daniel's Bonded. So for me, this was a great release from Jack Daniel's in 2022. Really adds a nice option to their lineup. You've got 100 proof, at least 4 years old, nice rounded flavors with brown sugars. I get this banana and vanilla note on this. Really, really solid whiskey. I think if you're coming to a party and you bring Jack Daniel's, people, are used to that. But if you bring the Bonded, you're kind of stepping it up a notch, and you're giving people an option to sip this straight because it's pretty good that way. Put it on a block of ice because it's going to be hot out, and then, wouldn't even be a crime to put this in a cocktail. It's only around $35 MSRP. So you're looking at a really nice option that kind of might surprise a couple of people that Jack Daniel's has this really nice, solid sipper. All right, third on this list does finally get us into that native spirit category of bourbon. In fact, it's a Kentucky bourbon, and this one I think kind of elevates the game. If you're looking for something really nice to bring to a party that maybe people haven't tried before, but won't break the bank, this is a great option, and that is Heaven Hill 7-year bottled in bond. So for around $50, if you can find it, this one can be a little bit tricky to find. This is a really, really good whiskey. It is full of cherries, brown sugars, vanilla, and a good kind of sticky oak in there. Gives some presence of age. Really, really nice product from Heaven Hill, and just kind of a world-class bourbon experience for anybody from beginner all the way up to advanced. So I think this is a great one to bring to the party, and I'm pretty sure it'll be a crowd pleaser across the spectrum. All right, we've made it to the 4th and final bottle on our list. Just before we reveal this bottle, I do want to say if you're enjoying all the content coming out of the channel, would love to have you aboard for the rest of 2023. So if you haven't already, please consider hitting that subscribe button. And while you're at it, hit that like button. And then also let me know in the comments below, what whiskeys, what bourbons are you planning to sip on this 4th of July? All right, let's get into our 4th and final bottle on the list. This is a fantastic whiskey. Again, takes it up another level. A little bit more expensive, but man, is it so good. And that is Russell's Reserve Single Barrel. So in terms of thinking of distilleries in America that pretty much everybody knows and respects, Wild Turkey comes right to mind. This Russell's Reserve Single Barrel, price-wise, can vary. I used to be like 65. It's gone up more toward 80 in my area, sometimes a little bit more than that. But it's still this like 9-year-old, really rich brown sugar, cherry, vanilla bomb for me, and just really, really solid stuff. Pretty much if you bring this to the party, share it with other people who are more into bourbon, more into whiskey, maybe you break this out toward the end of the night as a more dessert treat for everybody, this bottle is phenomenal. It also takes us up in proof. We were, in the 80s here, then we have 200 proof options, and then this one is 110 proof. So definitely a little bit more punch, a little bit more in your face and powerful whiskey. And I think that's perfect for the end of the night after you've got a lot of stuff on your palate. This is going to still punch hard and give you lots of great flavors. All right, everybody, I recentered the bottles so you can see all of them much more clearly. This is going to be my list. 4 great whiskeys for 4th of July. Let me know what you think of the list. Did I miss anything? Is there anything that you would add or suggest for this 4th of July? I think if you picked up any of these or any combination of these to sip on, bring to a party, or share with guests and friends, they're all going to hit the spot. Until I see you guys again for another video, all I can say is keep drinking good whiskey. Happy 4th of July, everybody, and cheers.